On this week's show, the Blue Bomber is here. That's right, Ben Diskin, the voice of Mega Man himself, joins us to talk about Mega Man 11 and his legendary career, him being Ben, not Mega Man. That's a weird sentence structure, Andy. Thank you for doing that. Nintendo unleashes a final Smash Direct. You see what Andy did there. You see, he's so smart, that Andy. That manages to both excite and confuse the hell out of us. And finally, the Hype Zone takes us on a wild ride and drops us off in Crazy Town. That's right. All this and much, much more on Nintendo Duel Screens, episode 71. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nintendo Duel Screens episode 71 for the week of November 5th, 2018. I am one of your hosts, Steven Fontana, and with me, as always, is my co-host, my partner in crime, and my best friend. He is Andy Asimakis. How are you, Andy?
That's a totally fine sentence. Ben was the subject, and then the other things were part of him.
I believe we needed an Oxford comma.
Possibly.
I believe that was important. And with us this week is Ben. Ben, how are you?
I'm doing really well. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're jazzed, man. Andy's
so
been talking about
excited.
this since, like, I don't know, the second you got in contact with each other. He's been talking about this. Super exciting. All right.
I'm gonna do my best to let you down completely.
Oh.
You're welcome in advance.
Perfect.
That seems to be like a recurring theme for most of our guests that we hype up a lot. It's like, it's going to be a horrible show.
Yeah, I did this thing and I tried to do a microphone. Next question. It's gonna be really great.
We've had a couple of guests that we've had to literally pull information out of. But we still get through it and we still have some fun. You're already miles ahead of some. Let's just say it that way. For those of you who are new here to Nintendo Duel Screens, this is a show where Andy and I, and sometimes a guest, go over the Nintendo news you absolutely need to know about, and we have an open discussion about Nintendo's past, present, and future. Nintendo Duel Screens posts each and every Monday for your listening pleasure on your podcast service of choice, including iHeartRadio and Spotify, all thanks to Tricky Mick and Proven Gamer. Thank you very much, Proven Gamer, for getting us on iHeartRadio and Spotify. You can support our show by going to Patreon. Go to patreon.com/NDSPodcast. Just like our Patreon producer, Colton Nestler. Colton, thank you as always for supporting our show. We cannot continue to grow without your support. So please, folks, head over to patreon.com, and for as little as $1, you can support us and join our exclusive Discord hangout, Discord channel, as it were, where we talk about all sorts of top secret stuff. You get to know things before the general public gets to know it. It's a lot of fun stuff.
I really think for like a commercial, you guys need like the ASPCA equivalent of like sad puppies looking at the camera, like, for only $1 a month, you can support this podcast.
Will you remember me?
If you can just,
Yes, the angel.
you can just cut out that little snippet of him saying that, Steven. You can just put in a little reel for the next
Be careful.
Patreon update.
Be careful. He's a Screen Actors Guild member. You know, you don't want to get sued.
Oh, I know.
Dun, dun, dun.
You're lucky I don't sue your ass. I am also a member of the Screen Actors Guild. That's where that was coming from. All right. If you want to be a part of the show, you can do so by emailing us at feedback@ndspodcast.com, or you could join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/ndspodcast, or you could tweet at us, however you want to be a part of the show, you can do it. Before we get into the lead story, which is all about Mega Man 11 and Ben and your adventure in voice acting for this part and all that stuff, before we get into any of that and the rest of the show, let's go over what we should be playing. Andy, what should I be playing?
I'm going to wow you, Steven.
Oh, God, here we go.
No, it's not a game about banging people's wives, which is, a few weeks back.
Excellent.
I recently picked up Luigi's Mansion for 3DS.
You're playing your 3DS.
I am.
Wow.
I am. It actually happened. I found it in a bin somewhere in my bedroom. Swipe the dust off of it.
You're part of the problem, Andy.
Took out a Metroid out of the back
Yeah, can I
slot
borrow
there.
that? I still want to play that.
You've been asking for months.
A year?
And I've said yes every time. So just come and get it, you asswipe. But yeah, let's play Little Luigi's Mansion. It's still good. I love it. It takes you back to like, almost 20 years since this game first came out on the GameCube. It's just as fun as it was. It looks all shiny and pretty. Playing a little Ghostbuster fantasy with Luigi. It's cute. I just love how when I was playing it, it took me back to when this game was first announced as a GameCube launch title that wasn't a legit Mario game. It was this weird offshoot. And now we're getting a part 3 next year. It's nuts.
The world is it's everything's just kind of all the puzzle pieces are just and it, of course you wanted to play that for the scary spookiness, I'm sure, because you're a big Halloween fan. Spooky. Very scary. I actually have fond memories of that because a friend of mine in high school, it was definitely high school, 2000, 2001, around there, I guess. I did not have a GameCube at the time. I bought my GameCube late in the life cycle, and he had Luigi's Mansion. And I remember at this party, everyone was outside or upstairs. It was like one of those kind of high school parties where people were like making out in every corner. And I'm sitting in the basement with like 2 other friends playing with Magic Gathering cards, and Luigi's Mansion. And that's like my fondest memory of that game because I never owned it myself, but I remember playing it for hours that night at that party. Can't you tell I was a lot of fun in high school?
So much fun.
I was a big fucking nerd is what I was.
The funnest guy ever.
Ben, you playing any games?
Hey, guess whose internet is horrible? I love you, Spectrum.
We were just saying.
Yeah, you're like, gee, he went really quiet and left.
Because we asked you a question, then it was like dead air.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, sorry, I was frantically reconnecting. So so in case anybody's listening to this going, what the hell? My internet's been horrible. There's been a natural disaster, I guess, with Spectrum. Like the whole block is going in and out. I thought it was back. I connected. Nope. Psych. It's back offline. So I'm now back on with my phone.
You sound
Hopefully
great.
You still last us.
You still sound amazing. You
sound great. And I marked, don't worry, I did timestamps, so I'll just lead you into the question I just asked. I don't know how much you heard, but we're going over what we've been playing. So have you been playing anything lately?
Actually I've been playing Shadow of the Colossus lately, the remake, because I never played the original. Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty good. And of course, Red Dead Redemption 2. It's actually my girlfriend who's really playing that. I'm just watching her. And Spider-Man PS4 DLC, all that good stuff came out, and I'm playing that too.
Ooh, me too.
Yes.
Did you so you finished the main story on Spider-Man and all that?
Oh yeah.
Without spoiling anything, how did you like it?
I liked it a lot, actually. I thought it was I actually auditioned for Spider-Man in this game, and I got a call back for it. And when I went there, I saw Yuri there. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna have a good time. But they already cast this. There's no way they're gonna hire anybody other than Yuri. He's like fucking perfect for this role. And I was very happy to be right because he's great. He's like my favorite Spider-Man, period. Like there's a lot of different iterations of the character, but this is my favorite one by far. The story's good. The controls I really like. The swinging feels natural. The character development, especially with like Doc Ock, I thought they did a great job with that. The DLC is good. I have some issues with some of the crime fights that you have to do, where it's like you're controlling a remote controlled spider thing. And, that one's it has some issues. And the guys with the Gatling guns get kind of like, okay, this is just sort of more annoying than fun. But I like the story for that too, and I like where it's going. So I'm looking forward to the additional DLCs that are going to come out, and it looks cool.
It's very
and also, and you were in the game according to your IMDb page as additional voices.
I played the legendary additional voices.
You did.
You and Sissy Jones and your additional voices. It's amazing stuff.
Yeah, I'm all over the place. In the background, I play some of like anytime you walk past and you're just like on the street and you hear somebody having a conversation on the phone, one of those is probably me. I think I'm in the DLC as like a side quest type thing, but I don't know which DLC pack it is. I'm assuming it's not this one because I haven't found myself in it yet. And that's pretty much it. And
you should have played the other Spider-Man
stuff.
that you find in that mission. There's that fake Spider-Man that's solving crimes and fighting thugs. That should have been you.
Didn't they give it to somebody who actually has played Spider-Man before, or is that Matt Mercer? Or is it somebody like that? I feel like they did some kind of casting like that.
Well, that would be very, very interesting and a nice little nod. I actually started playing because it was released last week or a couple weeks ago. Pizza Titan Ultra. I've been playing that again. I picked it up. It's on the Switch now. So the Switch version of the game is pretty damn good. I think it actually runs a little bit better than the PS4 version of the game. But all of the versions of the game still have a difficulty when there's a ton of shit going on screen, which is a little unfortunate for the game. I haven't played it on Steam. I don't know if... I know, Andy, you have, but... yeah, so that game's out if you want to pick that one up. It's arcadey game. We've had Mike on the show to speak about it, but that's the only thing I really picked up other than I play Pokemon Go and Spider-Man DLC as well.
Every day, though?
Pokemon Go?
Yes. Do you play it every day?
Every day.
Do you play Pokemon Go?
Every day.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Why, are you on that?
Oh no, I'm making a terrible reference to that annoying song. Go ahead. Sorry. I play Pokemon Go every day. Shut the hell up. Sorry.
I was gonna say, can we be friends? I'll send you gifts every day.
Yeah, I was gonna send you so many gifts, dude. Now you just mocked my life right now.
Steven,
I'm level 37 in that. I play too.
Steve, I found
you want to know something really weird?
Yeah, of course.
Go ahead.
Okay, so do you guys know a guy named I could speak? Do you guys know a guy named Tom Warburton by any chance?
The last name sounds familiar.
Okay, well, yeah. So Tom is the guy who created a show I did a long time ago called Codename Kids Next Door.
Okay.
He's currently on the producer of another show I'm on right now, which is Muppet Babies for Disney Junior. And he randomly was just like, "Hey Ben, you play Pokemon Go? Oh, cool. I'm on that too. Can I be your friend?" And I'm like, "Sure, dude." And I'm like, because he's one of these guys who's like super busy. He does like a million things. That son of a bitch is level 38, almost 39. And I'm like, "What the? Tom? What?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I just play with my kids all the time. It's kind of a bonding thing." I'm like, "You get a mother son of a... I've been playing this game for years and I'm not even... What? How do you have time to do anything?" So, just when you think somebody's all grown up and they don't play games anymore, it turns out no, that is not true.
I love the looks that I get when I'm playing, and I'm like, I'm only 31. Like, this game came out when I was like 11. Like, everybody needs to calm down, okay? Jeez.
Oh, the best part is for me locally. Like, I'm near this office building. Whenever there's a raid, all of these dudes in suits with briefcases come out like, "Oh shoot! Oh boy, the new Giratino's out. We gotta catch it." And I'm just like, "What the? Really? Okay."
What reality are we living in?
That may have been me, because I left work 4 times for raids today. I caught 2 Giratinas, and I found a shiny Eevee in the wild. Booyah!
Ooh, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Don't encourage him. He keeps rubbing the shinies in my face. All right, so that's what you should be playing. Andy, should we go over the releases? Because we got a pretty big one coming out tomorrow, which is really the day after we record.
And see what it is.
All right, so Diablo 3 Eternal Collection.
Oh yeah, that game.
That is coming out. That is coming out on Friday this week, and that was not on the list last week, if I remember correctly. So, jumping ahead, because I know Swap This was on our list last time.
It got pushed back.
No, it didn't. It was coming out on the 2nd, but Diablo I don't think was on there for the 2nd. If it was, I do apologize. All right, so we got Moonlighter.
Mm-hmm.
That looks fantastic.
That is a great game. I have it on Steam. It is phenomenal.
Brawlhalla is coming out as well. That's another big one. I'm just going to go over the good ones here. Minecraft Story Mode Episode 2. I know that. Some people like that.
You said good ones.
Shut up. Nobody asked you. Rogue Legacy.
Yes.
Indeed. Might have something to say about that soon. The Shape-Shifting Detective. That I don't know if it's a good one, but it sounds intriguing.
Are you basing it on the cover art?
No, just the name, actually, because the cover art just looks actually kind of boring. World of Final Fantasy Maxima. I love me some World of Final Fantasy. That was part of the whole list of Final Fantasy games coming out, right?
Right, that's like an updated version of the PS4 and PC
Yeah.
versions with added support characters and all the other jazz, but basically the same game that came out a year or maybe 2 years ago, rather. But now for the Switch.
Yes. Asterbreed, Battlezone Gold Edition, Crashlands, Cube Creator DX. There's a bunch of Johnny Turbo arcade games. My iPhone is going off. My work phone. Don't know what that's about. I'm going to have to mute that in a second. Rage and Peace. Rage and Peace actually looks really cool. I saw this on Twitter. It was one of the indie devs, I guess, was tweeting it or retweeting it.
Oh, I did see something about that. Yeah, I emailed them and heard nothing back. So they're not coming on the show anytime soon.
Commies.
But you know what else, guys?
What?
About World of Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Our friend Ben was additional voices.
Yeah. You know who I am?
Who are you?
I'm the guy who teaches you how to play a Final Fantasy game. In other words, I'm like, a potion does this. And I spent the entire time just insulting the crap out of like the player for all the outtakes of just like, if you've never played a fucking RPG in your entire goddamn life, a potion heals you. Woo! They're like, Ben, stop it. I'm like, come on, nobody needs a tutorial on this crap. Really? An antidote. What does that cure? Oh, paralysis? No. Poison. Come on.
It's for stunned. If you're in the stunned state, that's what you use the antidote for.
That's classic. There's nothing else that really jumps out at me, but there is a lot of games.
There's a lot of good ones. Like we said, there's like 20 games a week, so just how it is with Nintendo lately.
So that's it. But I'm rushing through that because I'm excited. I want to talk about Mega Man. I want to talk about Ben. I want to talk about all that stuff. So let's get right into the lead story and the topic of discussion. And Andy, as you are our resident Mega Man fanatic, and I'm sure whatever table is in front of you is at least 4 inches higher because of this wonderful interview we're about to do. I'm going to let you take the lead on this one.
Oh my God! I want to thank Ben for doing a really great Mega Man that wasn't a 8-year-old girl sounding voice for a change.
Yay! Oh, thanks.
It's just when the game was first announced, I was at my office and I yelled out like "Fuck yes!" like really loud. And I'm not in an office. I'm in a cubicle, so everyone was like, "What in the world?" I'm like, "No, I didn't win the lottery. Everyone, calm down. I'm not quitting. Just Mega Man 11. Been 10 years. Have a nice day."
Help.
So how did this role come about? Like, what was your audition process like? Who else were you going against? Like, give us the beats.
Well, all right. So first, it now comes to the story of the NDA, the non-disclosure agreement.
Oh.
So here's the deal. So, interesting thing about non-disclosure agreements, depending on the company, they can be kind of just like, hey, could you maybe not tell people about this game? Okay, thanks, bye. Or they can be extremely brutally strict. For this game, it's kind of weird. The game is out. It's public knowledge. Like people know I play this character, but there are still certain things I actually am not allowed to talk about. Unless it's like very, very vague stuff. I have no idea why. In my opinion, there's nothing there that's shocking or like, oh! But like the audition process is actually kind of one of them. So I kind of really can't talk too much about the audition process.
That's really weird.
It really is weird. I have no idea why they're like, whose idea? I don't even know if it was Capcom's, if it was New Gen's. I don't know whose idea it was, but I'm not allowed to talk about that stuff. So here's what I can say. I received an audition side for the game. I had to sign an NDA, which is what's holding my tongue right now. I got to try out for basically any character I wanted to. They had like all 13 something characters, including Wily and Light and Young Wily, Young Light, etc. The whole thing was codenamed with like all the names changed and stuff like that. But mercifully, they made it so that you could kind of figure out what the heck it was. Like it wasn't like some just totally different thing. To give you an idea, and hopefully I won't get in trouble with this, they called it codename Vega Plan 7. And I'm like,
wow.
Gee, okay.
Wow.
So let's see. This is either a remake of Mega Man 7 or it could be that brand new Mega Man game 11. Gee, I wonder which one it is. So at least I was able to go, okay, I know what I'm trying out for, and do a decent audition for it. But as for who I was up against, no clue, because this wasn't an audition that we do like at studio where you see who's signed in and you can go, oh, that's my competition. I can beat that guy. Oh, I can't beat that guy. Oh gosh, maybe I can. This was like you just do it from home, send it in, and hope they like it. And I didn't hear anything for months. And then I got an email saying, hey, congratulations. You're in this game and you're the lead. And by the way, it's Mega Man 11. And I was like, wow, no way. I didn't figure that out at all. Oh my gosh. Cool.
So shocked right now, you guys.
Oh, you guys, so shocked. I don't know if that's Cartman or Mini Trump. Anyway, very, very happy. You guys, Melania, I'm so sad. I don't know what I'm doing. Point is, very happy, and I got cast. That's pretty much probably all I can say about the audition process.
That's enough. Trouble. That's really great. Okay. Now, were you a fan of Mega Man before you auditioned for this growing up, or was it a totally new thing for you?
Yeah. Well, so it was interesting to me seeing the feedback on this because, like, I'm really glad that you liked what I did. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people were like, he should sound like a 10-year-old kid.
Nope.
And to me, that was really confusing because of how I grew up with Mega Man, which was the only time I ever heard him talk was the Captain N of the Game Master show, where he sounds like a chain-smoking 40-year-old, where he's just like, hey guys, it's me, Mega Man, Mega High, Mega Ho, Mega Hiney Ho, and you're just like, what? Oh my gosh, what? And then the other one, which was the Ruby Spears cartoon, where he sounds like a young adult. So to me, Mega Man was always an adult, or at least a young adult, or a teenager at best. And because I completely missed out on like everything basically from Mega Man 7 and forward, I never played. So I played Mega Man 6 was like the very first Mega Man game I actually owned, but I'd played Mega Man 2 and Mega Man 4 already at a friend's house before I wound up owning 6. And then, of course, the X games on Super Nintendo. I played like X1 and I think X2. I don't think I played X3. And then past that, the X games completely missed out on. So all the weird, like burn to the ground, burn to the ground, burn to the ground.
That's X7. You got it. Okay, X7. So you're good. You got the
so I didn't play any of those. Yeah, I played the good ones from early on before they suddenly went, well, here's a new direction, and people didn't like it very much. So I got to play the good ones. And I mean, they're all great. Don't fire me, Capcom. I love you, please. So that was my history growing up with Mega Man. It was a different way of looking at the character from how a lot of people view the character now, which is basically like, no, he's supposed to be like a little kid, and that's the idea. I'm like, for me, he was Dr. Light's lab assistant, not Dr. Light's semi-son kind of thing. So to me, it was like it's a very different view of the character.
You got to be careful with the Japanese anime people because they have a lot of young child fantasies. Like those anime. I mean, it could get weird. So it could just be them you fucking with some sort of fantasy they have. And I don't mean to insult people who may or may not have. I don't know. If you look at DeviantArt, you'll know what I'm talking about. I mean, for God's sakes.
Like, okay, I can respect it if that's their opinion. Here's the thing that I have against it, and this is just me personally. It's my opinion. I don't represent Capcom. I don't represent New Gen. Just me. There is something kind of messed up if Mega Man is supposed to be like a 10-year-old kid robot, because basically, if a real 10-year-old came to you and said, "Daddy, I want to go to war," you would say, "Go to your room." No, you're not going to go to war, young man. You're a 10-year-old boy. But Dr. Light's just like, well, he really wants to, so okay, here's a robot arm cannon. Like, what the heck? And then every time he dies, that's like a little kid blowing up. I'm like, I'm sorry. To me, that's kind of, it bothers me. I'm like, no, please don't blow up the children. Good Lord, save the children, don't blow them up. Oh, look, a 10-year-old just fell on a bed of spikes and exploded. Mega Man, woo! And I'm like, oh, no. So, like, to me, I feel a little more comfortable if he just at least sounds a little older. Like, he can have like a cute chibi Japanese thing.
All you have to do is point them to the box art of Mega Man.
Which one, though? You're talking about like in like the American box art? Because that's different.
We're not talking bad box art Mega Man, are we?
I'm talking original Mega Man box art.
Whoa.
You point them to that and say, "Tell me this is a 10-year-old kid."
Well, they'll also point out, like, how come in Mega Man 2 he's holding a gun on the box? Because, like, they didn't know what the heck they were doing back then. Oh, Mega Man 2. Good game. Interesting box art.
Yes, he is also holding a gun in the original Mega Man box art.
Oh, he is?
Oh God,
well,
it's awful.
Because I think it was like it was like a Pictionary back then. It would describe the game to an artist. He'd just draw what he thought the game was about, and that's what it was. It was like, here you go. There's an old man with a gun.
Good luck.
It's Mega Man.
Hey, at least I got the color right. Captain N, I'm looking at you with your green Mega Man.
All right, there. I just dropped the picture of the original box art. You tell me that's a 10-year-old in there.
Why does he has gold on him too? What the?
If that didn't get you hyped up for a video game, I don't know what will. And I'm pretty sure those are palm trees.
At the very least, we did get this character back in Street Fighter Cross Tekken as a joke fighter. So this box art,
box art Mega Man.
Yes.
That's horrible.
So Ben, you have a nice little body of work here that I'm kind of going over. I think one of your most prominent roles would have to be that of Chad in Friday the 13th.
That's what you're leading with, huh?
Yep,
Chad.
That's what I'm going with. You pick Chad.
The meme lord Chad.
I mean, Halloween just passed. I want to brush on your work as Chad for a hot second.
Sure.
So what was it like what was it like getting to the mindset of Chad for this game?
I was on my phone for a lot of the recording sessions for Chad because he's such a douchebag that he's like the kind of guy who's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I have other things to do. I'm much more important than you. And I think it really helped, with that character, just make him sound just a little bit more of a prick. I don't know, man. It's what it is? Interestingly, for that game, most of the dialogue, it's the same across all the characters. So you'd have to say multiple things over and over again, just with different levels of intensity depending on the character. So I played that guy, and I also play Eric LaChapa, I believe his name is, who's the nerdy kid. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I played those two guys. I think somebody else. Oh no, originally I was going to play. They went through multiple casting for this. It was the guy who's just called Hunter, I guess, in the version I did. He's actually Tommy Jarvis, I think is his name, and he's a guy from the movie.
Yeah, he's from the... Mm-hmm.
Here's an interesting little story about this game. So they got an on-camera actor to play Tommy in this game, and there's this one line that he kept saying so wrong that they had to recast him. And the line was, and I'm going to just say it as it would appear, "You like that, comma, asshole, question mark." This was meant to be an attack. Have you heard this story?
No, but I can see how that sentence could go horribly wrong.
Okay. So it's exactly what you think. Instead of saying, "You like that, asshole?" it's, "You like that, asshole?" was how he kept delivering it. And they were like, "Okay, no, you're not offering your anus to Jason." Okay, and so they wound up replacing that dude. I'm not sure who that dude was, which is good, so I can't badmouth whoever that was, but that was the story. And they wound up replacing it with a buddy of mine. His name's Chris Niosi, and he's also a voice actor, and he did not screw that line up. And so now there is no "you like that, asshole" lines in the game.
See, now I'm so glad that I went down that rabbit hole for a split second. I was like, I'll do a quick pivot away from Mega Man for a second. Totally worth it.
Good. Yay.
So let's get back to the main attraction here. So did you play the new game, Mega Man 11? Did you you own it? Do you have it?
I bought it. I pre-ordered it actually with the amiibo because I don't really have a lot of amiibos. So I figured, okay, I'm gonna get a Mega Man amiibo, and I played it. I beat it. It's a really good game. I'm actually pretty darn happy with it. I did not try the freaking Dr. Light stuff for very long because that shiz is brutal. And apparently you beat it and then you have to do it basically hard mode, which is 60 levels. And I'm like, no, okay. No. Usually I'm kind of a completionist with games. With this one, I'm like, I beat it. I had fun. Maybe I'll take a break from this for a while because it's just very frustrating at times. But I beat it on I guess it would be like normal mode, basically, not like super easy, not easy, like just the regular one. I forget what they call it.
Yeah, that's like I guess normal
Not
because
not
like,
superhero, the one before that.
I know the games, but I don't want to hate the series, so I'll play like above average level.
Yeah, there you go. And I was like, okay, it's a challenge and I'm having fun. And yeah, no, I thought it reminded me of classic Mega Man. It did exactly what it needed to do because I feel like for this series, sometimes people try to reinvent the wheel and it goes horribly wrong. And this was a case of, look, we just have to bring it back to its source material, remind people why Mega Man was really good. We can add a little thing here where we'll do the whole double gear thing, but basically it's just going to be a regular old Mega Man game. And technically you can actually play it without the double gear system in play at all. And it is still doable. It's hard, but it is doable. And it's like, okay, you know what? I feel like this works. It reminds me of the slide mechanic when that was introduced. I'm like, it feels like it belongs in a Mega Man game. And this thing, the double gear system, to me, I felt like, yeah, this works. It belongs in this game. And it was fun. And I liked it. And so, yeah, I actually really enjoyed this game just as a player.
Is it weird hearing yourself all the time when you're playing it?
I've gotten used to hearing my own voice in stuff. At first, I mean, for like the first, I don't know, 10, 15 years of my life, of my career, I was just like, boy, I hate the way I sound and everything. And why, oh God, I can't hear myself without, I see myself every time I hear myself. I can't do it, but I'm used to it now. And so it's just kind of like, okay, that's Mega Man. That's not me. And so when he dies, I'm not like, I mean, actually, his death noise is like one of the few things in that game where I'm just like, I really would. I feel like I sound a little annoying when I die. So, like, I'm like, no. But other than that, I'm okay with it. The acting, I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. And the cutscenes, I'm like, I'm okay with this stuff. I feel like, and I like the fact that they kept the cutscenes to a minimum. They were like, here it is. Here's the setup. Wily's the bad guy. Robot Masters, go. And then it's just a Mega Man game. And then there's like another cutscene, and then Wily, and that's it. And then we beat Wily, little cutscene, end of the game. Thank you. And I'm like, good. That is a classic Mega Man game. It's not confusing it with, Mega Man Legends. It's not, trying to be, I don't know, some other, like the thing with like dialogue boxes popping up every 5 seconds while you're trying to play the game, or the characters talking over the scene and telling you what to do. It's no, figure it out, have fun. This is a Mega Man game. And I like that stuff.
Do you happen to know, like, do you happen to know why they decided to cast somebody new? Like, I know that there have been voices before for Mega Man. Do you know why they went in direction to just get all new voice cast for the game? Do you know that kind of behind the scenes situation?
Sort of. So Mega Man 8, which is, in terms of like the original Mega Man series, was the last one to have full voice casting, because 9 and 10, that went back to the classic style 8-bit. The actors that they hired for that game are actually English-speaking actors living in Japan. So it was localized in Japan as opposed to here. I'm not sure if it's because people complained or if it's because they just wanted to start from scratch. But basically they said, all right, we're going to cast this with people in America who are native English speakers, and that's going to be our Mega Man cast. And the last time they had that in one of these games, I believe it was like Mega Man Powered Up, and they actually hired a real little kid to play Mega Man for that. But by now, his voice would have definitely changed. So they probably figured, you know what, if we make more Mega Man series going forward, let's not have a real kid, because if we do, and his voice keeps changing, we have to keep recasting for every single Mega Man game. So they probably figured, you know what, we'll hire a guy whose voice has already changed, and we'll just go down that road. That's my guess, anyway. I don't really 100% know why they made those decisions, but that's what it seems like to me.
I think they just watched the Mega Man 8 cutscenes over and over, and were like, let's not do this ever again for a Mega Man game. It was amazing back then. Looking back, it's the most horrible train wreck of voice acting, but it's golden. Even today,
funny,
it makes me laugh so hard. But
we're gonna go get Dr. Wily Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man.
Oh, thanks, Dr. Fudd. I mean, Dr. Light.
Dr. Fudd. Oh, it's so good, but it's so bad. It hurts. So many levels. Well, you have your strict NDA things going on, because I did want to ask you if there was any maybe DLC voice work you're working on, or I don't know if you're at liberty to discuss such things.
Yeah, I would definitely not be allowed to talk about anything like that.
Which is fine.
So, yeah, and by the way, just in case anybody's listening, no, that is not my way of saying I'm totally working on stuff. I'm just not allowed to talk about it.
I'm doing Mega Man 12 and 13, guys.
Yeah, no, I don't think. No. First of all, honestly, before there's a new Mega Man, like Mega Man 12, I want to see a Mega Man X9. I want to see them bring that back and do the same sort of thing like they did with this. Remember how it was at first? Remember that stuff? Let's go back to that. I definitely want to see that. And you know what? Everything I've heard based on stuff on the internet and interviews with the Japanese guys is if Mega Man 11 does well, maybe it might actually happen. I mean, I don't have any inside knowledge on that at all, just to be clear.
Fair enough.
Turns out they like money too, so there you go.
I know, shocking. They like money.
So I guess we can just pivot to a listener or a Reddit question from Mr. Ben.
Okay.
All right. This comes from Team Rocket Agent UGA. He has two questions. First, he asks, and he does a little preface here. It's a serious question. If he can pay you to sign his copy of Mega Man 11.
That's a serious question.
Yes. And what is the best / most respectful way to do this?
Okay. First of all, absolutely not. No, I don't like charging people for autographs if I can avoid it. There is an easy way to do this, though. And what you can do is go to Google and type in Ben Diskin fan mail. And one of the first things that's going to pop up is, I believe it's like a fanmail.biz website. And go there. It has the address for my agency. You can basically send it there with like what you want me to say on it and a message or whatever you want, and they will send it to me. I will sign it and put it in the mail and send it back to you. So if you want me to sign your Mega Man stuff, please send it to my agency. Make sure you follow the directions. Make sure there's a self-addressed envelope for me to return it in with like stamps and all that stuff. So I just put it in the mail and we're done ski. But yeah, I would be more than happy to sign your stuff. And no, I'm not going to charge you. I think you having to pay to send it out already is plenty. So don't worry about that. Also, I'm going to be doing a convention soon. If you're in the Seattle area next year, it's like, I want to say it's like January 4th through the 6th. I believe it's called AkiCon. If you're going to be there, I will sign it if you got a copy. So bring it on to me if you're going to be there in person, and I will sign it right in front of your face.
Wow. Okay. And then he has an actual follow-up, like an actual real question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, wow. Okay. So, okay, cool. And the second one is, how long did it take to record all of Mega Man's voice for the game?
It took, well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this.
God.
You know what?
All right, put it this way. Was it weeks, months?
Oh, no, it was 3 hours.
Oh, well,
wow.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, because if you play the game, you'll notice there's not a lot of cutscenes. It's really like 3, I think, and then there's just like like noises like that, just simple little things. So no, it took 3 hours to record every single piece of dialogue that you heard in that game.
You were living the dream.
All right, and the the next question comes from a Dr. Cabbage Man, who is going to be in Mega Man 12.
Okay.
He says. Ben also voices young Xenoheart in the Kingdom Hearts games, right? I wonder if he's ever tried saying young Xenoheart lines as Mega Man or Mega Man lines as young Xenoheart. So more of he's
okay. First of all, it's pronounced Xehanort, not Xehanort.
Xehanort.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry, I got it so wrong.
That's okay. It's cool. You know what? You can ask my girlfriend this. I torment her by constantly saying bullshit as young Xehanort, which is just me like in the morning. It's my morning voice is all it is. And it just sounds like this. Everything. He's obsessed with darkness. So everything, and the number 13, because he needs like 13 darknesses.
Oh, that's right, yes.
To the light, stuff like that. So it's just like, Heather, what, how old were you when you first got your cat? She's like, 13. And I'm like, oh yes, say it for me. 13 years old. 13. Oh yes, darkness 13. She's just like, please stop that. It's getting old. And I'm like, never. You're marrying me. You're stuck with me forever.
So why don't you do some lines right now? Do some Mega Man lines, but in the Xehanort voice.
I'm trying. I don't even know I'm trying to remember what the heck he says. It's just sort of like, I'm not gonna let you get away with this, Wily. Like I don't know, but like really. That just sounds like dirty.
He's emo Mega Man.
Wily, you're so bad. I'm not gonna let you get away with this. That's what it sounds like to me. Like, oh no, no. But yeah. So to answer his question, probably, but not really. No.
It would be, I don't know, it would be stranger if you like did it. I don't know what's more disappointing, that you don't do that often, or if you did. Like
the latter.
Yeah.
Ask anyone who knows me. The latter. I mean, and by disappointing, I mean infuriating.
I will do that voice all day, every day.
Oh.
At every available opportunity.
What else you got, Andy?
I think we're that's it. That's all I got from the Reddits.
That's all you got from the Reddits? All right.
3 little questions.
I was going to check the Twitter, but it keeps crashing for some reason.
The tweeter.
It's not loading for me. Perhaps there's something going on.
It runs on Spectrum. That's why it's crashing.
That's got to be it. It's got to be it.
It's powered by Spectrum.
My poor internet. You know, I just recently upgraded to like their gigabit package, which is like ridiculously fast and it's amazing. And now this happens. And I'm like, thanks. I'm so glad I upgraded. That's perfect. Still down.
Hopefully it was just the tree down and nobody got hurt and it's just the internet. We're surviving. We're making do. We're doing a good job. You sound crystal clear.
Oh, that's just the microphone.
Yeah, see? That's all I got.
All right.
So why don't we get into the Nintendo news report, which is all about this morning. Spoiler alert: we're recording this on a Thursday. So this morning, Nintendo had their Nintendo Direct for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. It is the final Direct before the release of the game, which is in a little over 1 month. And boy, oh boy, they made this as confusing as humanly possible. You would think that Super Smash Bros. Is probably the simplest game you could possibly pitch to somebody. It's a bunch of Nintendo characters and they fight each other, and you press two face buttons and the directional buttons and you smash each other, and that's it. The winner wins. But boy, they really made this as confusing as possible, huh, Andy?
Yeah, I don't get it. I was watching it and wondering what the hell I was watching, because I caught it mid the spirits mode transition.
Right.
So I was at my desk and I was saying to myself, what? It's just a bunch of menus. Oh, people are spirits. You have to level the spirits up and you attach them to yourself and you power yourself up more. And I was like, I'm going to set my computer on fire because it was just too much for me.
Yeah, so the spirits mode was revealed, and the spirits mode is essentially you're fighting, so all of the Smash characters get destroyed and their spirits are trapped, and you fight like almost like, I don't know, zombie or ghost versions of these characters, and when you defeat them you get spirits, and when you get the spirits, all the different spirits have different attributes, and you attach those spirits to your main character, level up those spirits. You could combine spirits to summon different spirits. It's like it basically becomes like one of those mobile free-to-play games where you have to like log in every day. It's not exactly like that, but I'm saying it's like, it's like one of those card games, I guess, that you play online. I don't know. It's a really bizarre thing, and apparently Kirby is the only one that survives this thing.
That makes sense. Kirby's like indestructible, so
yeah, everybody dies. Kirby survives, and like it's up to Kirby to like rescue everybody, and and you unlock the characters as you're playing. As you defeat them, you unlock them, and then you could use them to continue to fight and all that stuff. So it has the potential to be cool, but the way they were describing it, and I would like to find that article, because there was an article that explained everything. And I'll look at that while Andy tells us the other stuff, which is new characters.
Ooh, yeah, we got some actual new characters. So it seems that the leak from last week, I think it was at this point debunked, we can all say, because even though it led up with Ken being revealed as a Echo Fighter for Ryu, hooray, we got more Street Fighter characters, which it sort of validated the leak with Ken and Banjo-Kazooie and etc. But then we got Incineroar from Pokemon as a character who is like a wrestler in a
Was
sense.
that part of the leak though? I
Yes.
was hearing
Was he?
it for a
Yes.
while too.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
was he
was
part
part
of
of
the
the leak. Yep.
Yeah.
I guess I missed that. All right. So maybe the
What
leak
the
is
hell is
a real
happening?
thing.
Oh God.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh God.
What?
IGN was playing music when I was trying to find the article, so you're gonna have a little bit of IGN music in the recording. Oh well.
You're just gonna cut that out.
No, I won't. You were all talking. It's fine.
Oh, good. Yay! Copyright claim.
So yes, Ken and Incineroar, which I guess I totally missed last time because I do details really well. And
Nice job.
yes, but at the very very end ish of the direct, they showed a character which is still being worked on and is going to be available for a limited time only for free. It's your boy Chompy, a piranha plant.
Yeah, boy.
An actual piranha plant is in the roster. It's a pot with a piranha plant coming out of it, and it's not a troll character. It's not April Fool's Day. It's real. It's totally real. And it's my new main because I love him so much.
Well, you're gonna have to wait for him, huh?
I don't care. It's like months away, quote unquote.
Can I put this out there?
Sure.
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
think it's absolutely a troll character. I think here's the deal. I think that they worked on it just enough to show it and make it look like a real character. It eventually will be because there's going to be that small section of people going, "But I wanted the piranha plant." But I'm willing to bet they're going to be like, "Psych, no piranha plant. Here's Gino. Here's Banjo Kazooie. Here's all of the stuff." Then you're just like, "Oh my god!" I think that's what this is. That is my guess. It's not an educated guess. That's what I think this is. And then later on, they're going to be like, oh, and since we said there was going to be a piranha plant, there you go. There it is. Because, I mean, like, they have the resources to basically whip something together. I mean, like, they have 3D models of a piranha plant already. They've got 3D models of PD piranha, I'm sure.
They have the technology.
Yep, they could probably whip that thing together real fast. So it seems like, oh, this escaped the leak and it's this super top secret thing. And it's complete BS. That is my theory. I don't know if I'm right, but that's what I think that leak is actually real. That's my thing.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
Strong words.
So take off your tinfoil hat and sit down on your comfy couch because here's spirits. Okay, this is from Business Wire. They have an official. This is an official press release from Nintendo about the spirits mode. Okay, now bear with me here because I'm actually, you know what, I'm going to pull it up on my phone because the text is really small on my computer. So just bear with me 1 second. Our Patreon producer Colton Nestler has provided us this text because he's just such a good dude and he's the best producer. Okay, I think this is it here. All right. So, in the world, spirits. In the world of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, many video game characters lose their forms and become spirits that serve as a power-up of sorts for the main player's playable fighter. So, I got that part right. There is a massive number of wildly different spirits, ranging from Chibi Robo to Dr. Wily to Tails to Revolver Ocelot. With the giant list of characters going on and on, players can equip primary and support spirits. Now, here's where you fucking start losing me. Players can equip primary and support spirits to power up or add additional abilities like speed or strength to their fighter during battles. Mixing and matching spirits will help players get the upper hand against certain opponents, adding quite a bit of strategy to battles. Equipping a spirit is similar to equipping a charm or accessory in an RPG. It's a way for a player to enjoy a massive amount of additional video game characters outside of selecting them as playable figures. Okay, that's actual PR. Spirit battles. The main way to acquire spirits is to win spirit battles. After winning a spirit battle, players will have to complete a roulette challenge to acquire that spirit. Okay. Leveling up spirits. By battling with spirits by their side, players can level up spirits, giving them extra power and sometimes unlocking enhanced forms. The more leveled up and trained spirits are, the more powerful and useful they are. And then the final bullet point here is spirit combinations. With an insane amount of spirits in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, thousands of combinations can be formed. Players will be constantly surprised and excited by all the spirits that pop up in the game because players might collect an abundance of spirits. The game will offer recommendations for primary and support spirits, making the selection process a bit easier.
Okay, that actually made sense to me. It sounds like they're basically making video game characters, but like it's Pokemon, so you find them. But they also, you can equip them like items in an RPG, and they give you like speed boost and strength boost, or maybe like, I don't know, if you're playing as Ryu, your Hadouken goes farther, or it's larger, or something like that. That's my guess. It seems like it's like just kind of a spin on the classic Smash strategy. That's what it sounds like.
That sounds good, but I'm going to ask a very important question. And you seem like a smart dude, Ben. Andy, I know that you're college educated.
I pass as smart.
Right.
But I'm not really smart. People think I'm smart, but I'm not.
Okay. Here's my question. Why? Why does, like, I understand Smash needed some sort of fun single player thing to do, but why are you adding all of these RPG mechanics to a fighting game? They also mentioned in the direct that you can take these fighters online and play against other players that are.
That bothers me.
Obviously, they're not going to set you up against somebody that doesn't have it. If you have it, it's going to be spirit people against spirit people. But you're going to get into that whole thing where you just. I mean, they said that the matchmaking is very smart and it's based on skill and blah blah blah. That was another thing they said. That like each fighter you use has a score attached to it based on your skill level, and your highest skilled character gets carried. That skill level is carried to any character you don't use. So effectively, they want you to use as many characters as possible so that you can get an accurate score of how good you are with that character, so that when you go online, you're not matched with people you're either really a lot better than or vice versa. But outside of that, they're using this spirits thing as a way to match players too. Like, I guess you could play spirit matches or whatever. It just seems like it's always cool to add these layers to games. It's always cool when you have some depth there and something to do. And I guess that's it, since this is the ultimate Smash Brothers, and they're probably not going to make another one, or at least that's their intention, not to make another one of these. This is a very interesting way to keep the game going, because you could add spirits. You could just continuously add spirits and characters if you really want to. So on paper, the very basic explanation of it sounds cool, but I just don't understand the many layers of it. I guess I have to learn it as I go, but I'm not sure I want to do that in a Smash Brothers game.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to keep it fresh, and I think they're just trying to add more to do than just Smash, which is cool. And I approve of that. And I mean, you know what? This is one of those things. It could just be, it sounds really complicated, and then you play it and you go, oh, no, this makes sense. And it's easy. And it actually does add like just an additional, just replayability, as long as they keep the spirit matches separate, like in the online stuff, separate from the other things, and you don't like go into something and go, oh, great, I got one of these damn spirit fighters. What does he have? As long as they keep it separate, just like they had in Smash 4, like for fun versus like for real. I forget what the other one was.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, this is for pros. This is for like people who just want to have a good time and just casual it up. As long as they have a separate thing for it, I'm okay with it. I say let them experiment and try different things. It's not going to hurt anything. That's how I feel.
What are your thoughts, Andy?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Ben there. It reminds you of Injustice 2. Like, you could get armor sets while playing the game, and you equip armor, and then I would fight these overpowered characters online. Like, this isn't fun at all.
Right.
But as long as they keep that separate, again, I like how it's something sort of different and new, even though they're just labeling it different. It's basically just making carries into like armor sets basically and accessories, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, I'll stick to the main game, just regular ass Smash Bros. I'm not gonna bother with spirits mode. I think a lot.
I think the spirits mode would be a really fun thing to do when you don't have your friends over and you just kind of want to like chill and just fight some challenges. Or if you just don't have any stuff.
Yeah. Or if you're just like a horrible person and nobody likes you, now you have something to do in Smash Brothers.
Speaking of, Zach has a question. Our Nintendo Duel Screens super fan, Zach.
Sorry, Zach, that is not what it meant. Speaking of people who have no friends that nobody likes, Zach, what up, bro? That's so jeez.
Zach says,
horrible.
Now that the final Smash Direct is over, what are your predictions / hopes for the other 4 unannounced DLC characters? Now, I am going to set a rule saying we don't give us the people that were rumored on that leak. Let's try and stay away from those. Like, so no Banjo-Kazooie, no what the hell's his face, no Chorus Kids, no Geno. So I don't know. I mean, I know Andy knows mine because we did this a while ago. We spoke about the characters we want. So my 1 plus Spirit, not Spirit, plus Mirror, whatever the hell they call it, character.
Echo
character. Sorry, I was blanking. Still stands, but Ben, who do you want to see on this thing?
Okay, Echo Fighter for Bowser, Wart from Mario Brothers 2.
God, yes, that'd be amazing.
No, I actually don't really know. I'm gonna say, give me a Goomba. Give me a Goomba. Put a mustache on it. There.
You could do a stack of Goombas. You could do like a stack from Mario Odyssey.
Yeah,
that would be kind of cool. Yeah. I don't know how viable that would be, but that'd be pretty awesome.
It could be an Echo Fighter for our Piranha Plant.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It kind of could be. I don't know. I feel like most of the characters that I would want are already in. Like, as I'm always a Zelda fan, so more Zelda characters would be cool. But I mean, we already got Link, we got Zelda, we got Ganon. Those are the 3 main ones. I don't know, the King of Hyrule. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird.
We don't have Linkle.
We don't have Linkle. That is very true.
You don't have Tingle.
Sure.
I prefer Tingle before Linkle.
You don't have you don't have the Happy Mask Salesman.
No, you put the Skull Kid. You put the goddamn Skull Kid in. That's what you do.
Oh, that'd be sick. Okay. Yes. Give me the Skull Kid. All right, I could do it. But Tingle, no, please, not the mincing boy hungry pedophile guy. Like, I'm sorry. That's what it looks like.
Who is the guy from Breath of the Wild that builds the house for you? There's like that really flamboyant dude that makes your
house. That dude. I know who you're talking about.
Just him in there. The dude that builds your house, your love shack. The most flamboyant character in Zelda history.
And who do you want?
Tingle. Who do I want?
Yeah, who do you want?
You know what? We should also mention at this point the balls to the wall insane assist trophies they announced today.
Oh yeah, that's nuts.
Let's not bypass that. Like the girl from Fatal Frame.
We'll touch on that after answering Zach's question.
Right. So I think, given how fun they're being with the assist trophies, they really should get fun with some of these characters. Like with the roster, with the Piranha Plant now, I feel like let's embrace the fun. Just bring Birdo in there. Give me some Birdo.
Yeah, or just even as an Echo Fighter for Yoshi.
Yeah, or like give me Lolo. Like some fun shit. Yeah.
Well, mine. I want Lance and what's his name from
Bill.
Yeah, Lance and Bill from Contra. That's what I want.
Oh, that'd
just
be cool.
Give them their guns. You can have all their power-ups. Like their close attack could be the shotgun. That's right.
The what? What's it called?
The one that's an S, and all the other weapons.
Yeah, Ben. There's a weapon in Contra that spreads a bunch of bullets out. What do you call that weapon?
Much like a shotgun would.
I asked Ben a question. What's that weapon called?
A shotgun. I'm gonna say.
Booyaka!
As opposed to a shit gun.
Listen,
a shit gun.
Clearly, Ben's not played Contra before.
Listen to me. It's simple, okay? Each power-up is a letter.
You're not having this debate again.
Each letter corresponds with a real-life weapon.
There's a guest in our house.
L,
not now.
Laser. F, flamethrower. M, machine gun. S, shotgun. What kind of gun can you buy in the black market called a spread gun, I ask you? None is the answer.
R is for rapid fire, you fool.
R is for rifle.
No, it's not.
Anyway, that's who I want in the day.
Lance and Bill, great choice.
All right, let's talk about those.
From Dig Dug, the guy who inflates you. That's who I want. Can we just get that guy? Dude. Just shoves a pin in you, inflates. It's Mortal Kombat fatality, and you explode.
It's gotta be Nefasto. You gotta stick right in the bum.
Actually, just give me Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. That'd be sick.
Oh my god.
I
Yes,
just want to see him like get over here at Mario.
but he doesn't bleed. He only sweats when you hit him.
Oh, it's the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Let's talk about those assist trophies. You have the list there, Andy?
I don't.
Oh, all right. Well,
Please don't go to IGN again.
I'm not. Definitely not.
You know, if not, give me Super Nintendo Johnny Cage, and he beats you by like sticking his foot in you. How about that? Can we get that? You win fatality. What kind of fatality was that?
Can we get that? Or when Kano rips out like I don't know a
He
piece
just
of your
stabs
shoulder. Yeah.
He just pats you on the back way too hard, and you go, oh my god.
Over.
So there are 59 assist trophies.
Holy cow.
Yes,
Oh
and
my
we
God,
saw
they really
we
gave
saw
us all
Fatal
of them, huh?
Frame today. We saw Fatal Frame. We saw Akira from Virtua Fighter. We saw what else did they show?
So first of all, Fatal Frame, she has a name. It's Yuri Kozukata.
Fine, Yuri. Fine.
We have
fine.
Starman.
Oh,
we have
yeah.
Nightmare.
Right.
Color TV Game 15.
Okay.
What?
Cool.
That's a reappear
What
from
in the
Smash
Is that like
Bros.
Pong, that kind of thing? Is that what that is?
I have no idea. Isaac, which was one of the
Oh
supposed.
yes, you see that was what made me think the leak was fake because
I
Isaac
think
was
that's a
listed as a
troll.
character.
I think I'm
What?
with you on this one, Ben. I think that might have been a
Oh,
troll
God.
because they
What
didn't
have you done,
show
Ben?
anything. All they showed was him posing, like hitting somebody and posing. That could have easily been an actual character. They didn't show him.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like they could totally fuck with us.
Now, when you say Isaac, are you talking about Binding of Isaac? Please
No.
tell me you're not.
No, Isaac and Golden Sun.
From Golden.
Oh,
I would
okay.
love to have
Good.
Isaac from Binding of Isaac in Smash Bros. If we can get Shovel Knight, we should get Isaac.
Oh yeah, the crying fetus. That's gonna
Yes.
go over really well.
Nintendo loves them crying fetuses.
Black Knight from Fire Emblem Path of Radiance.
Yeah,
Thwomp, which
okay.
is my favorite.
Oh, the Thwomp.
I
Yeah,
love
that was
the
fun.
Thwomp is there. Springman, which is another one that I thought would actually be a playable character, so that's weird. It would have been so easy, but whatever. Wily Capsule, Flies in Hand, Tiki.
Wait,
Vince-
Flies in Hand- Oh, is that from Mario Paint?
Yes,
I think-
Mario Paint.
I think you're right,
That's the
yes.
one. So you
Okay.
knew better than us.
Yay.
What was I gonna say? Tiki, Vince, and Guile.
Oh, Guile was a good one. Yeah.
And
Nice.
and Akira from Virtua Fighter, which looked hilarious.
Oh, that's cool. Is he all 3D and crappy looking?
Yeah.
He's all like polygoned out and boxy.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So those
The
are the
super
ones
slow
released.
jumps.
Yeah, those were the ones revealed today.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're up to 59 crazy assist trophies, which is fun. Those are always fun. The other thing was that they got rid of actually earning trophies, I guess. Now it's all stickers instead.
Okay.
So I don't know if that matters to anybody, but I saw that. And that's I mean, is there anything I'm missing here aside from the whole if you pre-order the game now up until December 6th, if you pre-order it, you get the Piranha Plant character.
They also announced a price point for the DLC characters and some sort of season
Right.
pass
It was
to come in the future,
$5.99 a character, I believe, and
which
each,
gets you a character, a soundtrack, and a stage.
multiple soundtracks. They said it's
Yes,
like
correct.
3 tracks, a stage, and the character. And they're gonna have 5 in total, and they're $5.99 each, or you could buy the season pass for $24.99.
Nice.
So there's that, and if you, like I said, if you pre-order the game itself, you get the Piranha Plant for free. It's a bonus character, and if you buy the game before, I think they said before January 31st, like at all, and register the game, you get double gold points, and also you get the Piranha Plant character.
Nice.
So there's things you can do to get it, which is nice. And now, Ben, which I'm so happy that you're not a shitty guest, because the hype zone is real good. Real
boy.
good. I cannot wait to take... I want the record to reflect. We've never had a shitty guest. We're just making fun. I just want to make sure that that all of our guests who may or may not listen to this know there are no
Let me
shitty
guess.
guests.
The next guest, you're gonna be like, we had the worst guest ever. It's
You had
fucking
to say
Ben.
this
guest.
This
fucking
guy was
guy.
a real piece of shit.
Disconnected right in the middle of the interview.
7 minutes into the fucking show, you leaves us hanging.
Just bails.
Talking to ourselves. So, Andy, are you sitting? Is everybody sitting? Everybody's comfortable?
This is all you. This is your concoction. You doing the doc for today, so you can take it away. I'm gonna sit back and
do this.
I wish I had some vodka to deal with your insanity right now, but whatever. This is life.
So let's
go for it.
Let's take you on a journey here. Now,
go on this magical journey.
A lot of people have been wondering, and we actually had our Patreon bonus episode. One of the topics was, what do we see the next generation of consoles being, right? And of course, this got us thinking. We had a nice discussion, but then to piggyback off of that news of that there is a PlayStation 5 in the works, okay? There's a PlayStation 5. Now, I want you to take this little journey with me because it's very interesting here. In an interview on the Wall Street Journal report here, okay? This is Wall Street Journal, that Sony's John Codera states the following, okay? You listening?
Yes.
Quote, "We will use the next 3 years to prepare the next step." And here's where it gets interesting, guys. "To crouch down so that we can jump higher in the future." Now, gentlemen, I'm going to ask you, and Ben, you could answer. In what video game do you crouch down, hold the button until you blink, and so that you could jump higher?
A lot. There's a lot of games that do that.
Okay.
I mean, you did Spider-Man for crying out loud. I'm going to
assume you're referring to Mario Brothers 2.
I am.
Because you're a lunatic.
In Mario Brothers 2, when you crouch down, you wait a couple of seconds, and you start blinking, and then you jump higher than you normally could.
Okay.
I believe, was it only Toad that can do this? I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but whatever. It's neither here nor there.
They could all do it.
Okay.
Yes,
with that in your mind, I believe this is a deliberate quote. Okay, I'm going to read it again. "We will use the next 3 years to prepare the next step to crouch down so that we could jump higher in the future." Gentlemen, PlayStation Switch confirmed.
Get out of here. Get off my podcast. Ben, you're the new co-host.
Listen to me. This is very important. This is PlayStation clearly dropping hints that they are going to do something with Nintendo, or this is going to be something that is Nintendo. They are going to create the PlayStation 5 to be a hybrid device, just like the Switch. And they say it clearly here, to crouch down so that we can jump higher. Where do you do that? Super Mario Brothers 2. What is that on? The Nintendo Entertainment System. Nintendo, Switch, console, new console, PlayStation 5, PlayStation Switch, confirmed. You heard it here first, folks. Let's put it on the board. I'm putting it on the board. What's
I would like
to 11-1?
I would like to crouch down and shoryuken you in the head right now.
PS Switch written down. It's happening.
That's interesting. I'd be shocked. Here's the thing. I feel like, if anything, if that's what that is, I feel like the PS5 would be competition for the Nintendo Switch. And also, isn't it true that like Nintendo is already working on like a Switch 2 or something like that?
There were rumors.
So I don't know. I feel like ever since like the Nintendo PlayStation from way back in the day, before they had their big falling out, they've been separate companies. I'd be really surprised. And also, interestingly enough, I think, and I could be wrong, I think Nintendo is actually more financially solvent than Sony is, despite the PlayStation 4 doing super well.
Sure.
If anybody like took over anybody, it would be Nintendo taking over Sony, not Sony buying out Nintendo and getting their IPs and stuff like that.
Now, this is, I mean, I like where your head's at, but I'm thinking that I don't think it's going to be a straight partnership. I just think that they are clearly hinting at us, crouch down so that we can jump higher. I think they're clearly indicating that they are going to beat Nintendo at their own game. Because let's face it, PlayStation makes some good hardware, makes some good ass hardware. They don't got none of those 3 rings of death. They don't got none of that on their console.
Nope.
They don't got that shit. They got the.
You're talking to somebody who had like 5 Xbox 360s.
You see what I'm saying, Zach? You see what I'm saying, Zach? So shut your mouth, Zach. Super fan Zach, and your dumb Xbox. So
you have no friends.
Oh.
I mean, if you think about it, if you truly think about it,
so sorry, Zach. You're probably a really wonderful person. I'm so sorry.
No, he's a good kid. He's a good kid.
All right.
We
super fan for a reason.
We rip into each other all the time. It's
good.
like we're like bros. I'm telling you, they're spelling it out here. And listener, if you're listening here and you happen to agree with me, I would like for you to write in feedback at NDSPodcast.com and tell me what do you, I mean, it's clear as day. I mean, video games where you crouch down so you could jump higher. I mean, only Mario comes to mind. Even you could even do that in
listener.
Here's the question.
Hold on,
Wait
hold on. No. Yeah. Listener, if you have yet to unsubscribe from this podcast, please send us your email and I will send you $5.
Wow, look at that. Now we're bribing for emails.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
If you're going to do that, if you're going to say like, all right, here is a Nintendo game and we're going to use that to, etc. Why Mario Brothers 2, specifically the American version of it? Because that wasn't actually really Mario Brothers 2.
Oh no,
because they're smart.
I can answer that question for you, Ben.
Okay, why?
It's an insane answer, but it's going to be on par with Steven's lunacy right now. Because Mario Brothers 2 was a bit of an offshoot for the franchise.
Right.
It wasn't the normal kind of Mario game.
I know where you're going.
It was like in a fantasy dream world. It was unexpected for Mario. So
you're saying this is all BS?
Sony is doing an unexpected move.
See?
They're going to mimic Nintendo Mario 2. Boom. PlayStation Switch, baby.
I'm telling you, there's something to this.
See, once you tap into Steven's insanity, you can get on the same mindset as him.
I'm telling you, this is...
the mind goes.
I'm telling you, we're going to be calling this the Mario 2 theory. The Mario
2 Electric Boogaloo
2 theory. Okay, I'm writing that down.
Yep.
Because...
And as we speak, I'm going to send men in the white coats to come get you, Steven, with a big net.
Speaking of sending something, let's send this thing to the Retro Game Club. All right.
Yes. Oh, what a beautiful segue. I
know.
So, that gets me so wet when you do that.
That is that SAG AFTRA credit right there.
I'm actually concerned for you, Andy. I'm concerned you haven't. I'm concerned you're going to pass out because it is. We've been doing this for a little over an hour now. Let me see. Yeah, we're at an hour and 15 minutes, and I know that the blood has been rushing to your penis most of this interview, most of this show. So I'm concerned that you might pass out soon. So. Now we're in the Retro Game Club, so you could probably calm down.
Ben's voice is just hitting all the right buttons right now.
It is, isn't it? It is.
Since the first second on this podcast,
that's why he gets hired.
Falling off that table now, yeah.
That's why he gets hired to do voices. You know what I mean?
There goes the paperweight, just slid right off the table.
So there
goes the pens.
I am a little concerned.
Oh God,
because Ben seems to know shit about video games.
He knows
a lot of things.
You know why? Because
he doesn't. I played them.
He doesn't live under a rock. You know? He doesn't live under a rock like a lot of devs do when they're making their games. They don't really have time to play, and that's usually who we have on the show. So this is exciting. So you could actually help me win this thing because I am behind by double. So
okay.
Let's try and get me 10 points. So this is how it works, Ben. This is how it works. Andy's going to give us 10 clues one by one. We get 3 guesses total in the whole game to guess what this game is. Okay. So if we get it after the first clue, we get 10 points, all right? And then so on and so forth. It goes down till it's 0 points.
Now what counts as an answer? Like, if I just blurt something out, does that count?
We have to both agree. We need to put in our answer, and we got to say, boom, this is our answer. We could ask a yes or no question, but we forfeit a guess. Okay, so if we want to, now a clarification of a clue does not technically count as a yes or no question, but Andy will be the judge if it's too much of a yes or no question type thing. All right. Last week's game was the NES Classic game Friday the 13th, because we had Nate Schmold, who is the creator of Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle, and I really wanted to fuck with Andy. So, Andy.
Okay. Are you boys ready?
Give us some bullshit Mega Man game nobody's heard of, and let's move on. Give me my 3 points, and let's move on.
All right. Clue number 1.
Yes.
This game, for 10 points.
10 points.
This game is a side-scrolling platform.
No, I'm not allowing this, Andy.
No, I'm sorry. It's a clue. It's a clue.
I'm not allowing it.
I am the judge, and I say, yeah, that's a clue.
My clues last week were stellar.
They were, which is, an irregularity for you, but it was great nonetheless.
We can't guess based on that.
No, that's not fair. There's so many side scrolling. Come on.
But the first clue is going to be hard. It can be easy. Like, oh, this game starred this character, and he looks like this, and he jumps like that. No, it's got to be difficult. And then they'll get progressively easier as we go along.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case,
side scroller, what?
Side-scrolling platforming game.
Okay.
So you jump around, and get down.
I mean, I'm assuming it's probably a Mega Man game because he just said jump, and like Jump and Shoot Man is kind of what they call Mega Man. But
Jump and Shoot Man.
But I'm not gonna say that that's our guess because that's not fair. So I feel like we need another clue. I don't think
give us
just
another
clue.
That's totally fine.
Give us another clue so that at least we can try and get this.
Yes, that's the whole point, gentlemen.
All right.
Just calm your nipples. We'll get there.
My nipples are so erect right now.
Oh no, mine too, right?
Like so cut a diamond.
So hard. All right, clue number 2 for 9 points.
Oh, German.
This sequel was released in the year 2000.
All right, I have a yes or no question.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Just so we can inform our friend Ben here. I'm not sure if you mentioned it before, but these games tend to fall between the GameCube and below era. So nothing past GameCube era games.
Okay.
So nothing on the Wii, nothing on the 3DS, nothing on the Wii U. Retro games. So it's GameCube and down.
Now, Ben, what I want to ask here.
Yeah.
I want to ask a yes or no question. And the question I want to ask is this the first sequel? Because he could be pulling something out of his dick hole. If he is pulling something out of his dick hole, then that's technically not the correct term to use. Sequel would have to mean it's the second one. So it depends. How smart is this guy?
Deceptively smart.
Because he said,
which means borderline retarded.
This sequel came out in the year 2000. So what if it's a sequel to the second in the franchise?
Oh boy!
I just said that it's a sequel.
I know.
All right. I mean, okay. I'm in with that question then. That yes or no question.
Okay.
Can you ask it again? I wasn't paying attention.
Is this the first sequel?
No, it's just a sequel.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
A sequel.
Yeah.
He's being tricksy.
Sneaky.
All right. Next clue.
Yeah. Okay. Next clue.
Being tricksy.
He's being tricksy. You tricked us.
This game was originally planned for the Nintendo 64 Double D.
Okay.
Interesting.
So giving you more of an area.
Huh.
Wow. Okay.
We're kind of narrowing down what library of games we're discussing here. What could it possibly be?
Okay. All right. So let's think.
Wow. Ooh.
Could be a Kirby. Wasn't now? Correct me if I'm wrong, Andy. Wasn't that Kirby, that shitty Kirby game you gave me, that was on GameCube? Wasn't that supposed to be a N64 release? Now this was a Retro Game Club game already, which you cannot do a repeat. So
I was gonna say, is that a yes or no question?
No, that is not a yes or no question. I'm asking for my own personal information.
Yes, that shitty Kirby game was on the GameCube.
That was
correct.
Kirby Air Ride, right? Yeah, but that was supposed to be a 64 game, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I remember that.
Same exact scenario.
Yeah. Yeah, they canceled a lot of 64 games and threw it over onto the GameCube.
Because that Double D thing sold like ass right. balls.
That was the disc drive, right? That's what it was, the N64 disc drive or some shit like that. Let's try and think of early GameCube games, because if this was a canceled Nintendo 64 disc drive game, there weren't many of those that were canceled. Like we had mentioned, the Kirby's Air Ride, or a game that became Kirby's Air Ride was one of those games. I don't know what it was called before then, But I mean,
Jeez, yeah, this is going to be really hard. Unfortunately, I might not be of much help. I never owned a GameCube, so yikes. Oh God. God, because I mean, like there were a lot of stuff like that should have been on the DD, like the expansion for Ocarina of Time, but I don't think that's what he's talking about.
I mean,
Unless he's
it's a
talking
side
about.
scroller, so I mean,
Oh, oh, that's true.
yeah,
Oh,
that's the other thing.
dang, I think we need another clue. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get another clue.
This is what the fourth clue I'm giving you.
I think fourth.
All right.
Fourth, really? Okay.
Wait, it was side scroll. What was the
side scroller? I gave you the year, then the double D. This is the fourth clue.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
One of the core gameplay mechanics involves stealing your enemy's abilities.
Okay. Wait a second. Now, could this be okay? This might be Mega Man 7 that he's talking about, and it didn't go, and it wound up going somewhere else. It might have been. I'm thinking it's Mega Man 7. If we're talking about stealing abilities, what do you think?
Well, he's trying to be a dick because that's what Kirby does. And he's already.
But is that a side-scrolling platformer?
Kirby? Yeah.
That would have come out. No, but I mean, that would have come out on the GameCube. I don't remember there being a side-scrolling Kirby game, was there?
Yeah, they could. Well, actually, I don't know. Was Air Ride? No, Air Ride was 3D, huh?
I think so. So wait a minute. Okay, so it would have been the year 2000, and I think we're looking at Nintendo platforms, but maybe we shouldn't be.
Oh, it's always going to be a Nintendo game.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
oh, well, well, okay. Well, then never mind.
Well, no, it doesn't mean a Nintendo license. It's been on a Nintendo system, so it could be a Mega Man game because those were on Nintendo back in the day. Yes.
I mean, if we, all right, let's think. Was there an early Yoshi game on the GameCube?
Ooh.
Was there? Because I guess there are times where he eats things and may take abilities of something like.
I'll just save you the headache. It's not Yoshi, and no, he does not take abilities. What planet are you from?
You know, when you swallow a shell with the leaves with the wings on it, he gets the wings.
Sure. That's the core mechanic of the gameplay. Not swallowing with your tongue and spitting out eggs.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Damn. I don't know, man. I don't think we've got enough yet. I think we got to get another clue.
All right.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
And by the way, now are we allowed to get out our phone and look up games released in the year 2000? Are we allowed to do that?
I mean,
that's what Andy does because he cheats. But
shut the fuck up.
I'm not doing that for the record.
All right, let's move this along here.
Okay. All right.
Okay. You can combine abilities to make new ones from 7 basic elements, such as burning, stone, ice, needle, bomb, spark, and cutter.
Okay, well, this is clearly a Kirby game. I mean, at this point,
clearly a Kirby game.
Clearly. So, okay, wait a minute. So, what side-scrolling Kirby games came out on, say, the GameCube, or I guess the 3DS technically? The DS, rather. Oh, boy. Ugh.
Please hold while Steven Googles the answer.
You could look at me via the camera, you penis.
You have shifty hands, all right?
My hands are right here.
Those shifty Italian hands, all right?
I'm not going to deny that. Yeah, I guess it's got to be a Kirby. I'm Kirby again. I'm not a big Kirby fan. Let's think Kirby.
And so we're not talking about Wii. It's not the Kirby game for the Wii.
Definitely not a Wii game. That will violate the rules of the game, Ben.
All right, good. Okay.
Not 3DS. Not Game Boy Advance. Well, we have had GBA games before, but this is not a Game Boy Advance game. It's not a DS game or a 3DS game.
So based on that, we can agree it's probably not a portable game, but it's a Kirby game, and it would have been on the Double D system, so it should technically, in theory, be on the GameCube.
Is that a yes or no question?
No, I'm just going over stuff.
Was there a Kirby?
Wow.
Was part of the clue that it was on GameCube, or there's that it was a canceled DD game?
No, it would have been a canceled DD game. He did not say what
in 2000, if it was a Game Boy game, it would have been Game Boy Color.
Game Boy.
Yeah. You never know if they. I mean, the disc drive was canceled because it didn't. Those games were canceled mostly because it didn't sell, not because the games couldn't run or anything like that. So it could have been a simpler game. I don't.
I can just give you a clue and he'll move this along.
What do you think about this for like a question? Is it like should we ask? Is it on a home console versus a portable console? How about you think that's a worthy question or no?
I'm not familiar with. I don't think there were many handheld versions of Kirby that came out in 2000, if any, at all. None of them are popping in my head. And he's already given Air Ride. Air Ride was a
that was a 3D game. Yeah.
It was 3D, and I think it was probably like 2002, maybe. So there was. I'm trying to think of all the subtitles. Do you know any Kirby subtitles? Like, can you just fire away Kirby games?
Fudge. Crud. No. Yeah, like Kirby, right back at you. The freaking anime.
That was a great show, wasn't it, guys? And I see Ben was an additional voice on that show. No, it wasn't.
No, I was not, dude. No, how dare you? No.
I can see you Googling, Steven.
Not Googling.
He comes right back at ya. I comes right. Okay. Damn it. I think we got to get another clue.
I really don't think this was a Kirby game. I think he's trying to mislead us. If I'm being completely honest with you, I think.
Oh Lord!
I think we should think about Mega Man.
The next clue.
I think we should think about Mega Man.
I think you're probably right. But okay.
Are we going with the next clue? Or are we going into Mega Man land? What's happening?
Give us another clue.
Yeah.
All right. The number 64 is in the title. The number
Mega Man 64
is in the title.
I think there was a Mega Man 64.
Yeah, but I think it was like that was the three, that was Legends, wasn't it? And they just called it 64, I think.
Oh, that is correct.
Yeah. But that would have been 3D, so that's not it.
You're all fuzzy there, Ben. Your audio's getting a little fuzzy.
Oh, sorry. Same problem.
I don't know. You stopped talking.
Oh,
there you go.
Right.
No,
yeah.
You're good now.
Hey. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, sweet. That was just weird.
I don't know.
How about now? Blank, beat, silence. Okay.
Sounds great to me.
All right, that's silence.
That never sounded better.
Oh. Well, all right. If it is a Mega Man game, and it would have been Mega Man 64, then, but no, that wouldn't be. I don't know. Boy, I'm still drawing a blank.
I don't know if there was a Kirby 64, and I don't know if that was its only title.
Right.
Because Kirby always has those stupid ass, like, the Kingdom of Candy.
The rain. Yeah.
The Cloud Hoppers.
I love a Kingdom of Candy. Kirby and the Cloud Hoppers. That's
Kirby and the Penis Pumps.
Wow.
All right. Let's go with the yes or no question. I have an idea. Let's go with the yes or no question. So we're down to one more guess. That's okay.
Okay.
That's fine.
Is this a Kirby game?
Yes.
Fuck.
Okay. Damn it. Okay.
All right. Moving on to the next clue.
All right. Let's do it. Yeah.
The plot of the game was to travel across 6 planets and collect pieces of crystal shards.
Oh, Kirby the Crystal Shards. Yay. Something like that, right?
Can you repeat that one more time? One more time for the mic, Ben?
Kirby and the Crystal Shards.
Wait. He said there was a 64 in the title.
Is that your final answer? That is wrong.
Don't fuck us, Ben.
Okay. Well, he has to agree with me first before we answer this. So it doesn't count.
Kirby
Okay.
64, the Crystal Shard or the Crystal Shard, whatever. That's what we're going with.
Are you going with?
Yeah.
That is
I'm gonna
correct.
say
It's
yes.
correct. Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards.
Jeez.
What was that?
Oh.
Is it 2 points, 3 points? What am I giving you here?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 points.
5 points. Wow.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I gave you more than 5 clues, didn't I?
10,
I thought you did.
8,
You
I
trying-
think it
oh,
was
yeah,
like
no,
7 clues.
You gave
trying to
6
cheat me?
clues. You gave 6 clues. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
4.
5 points. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
4 points, you goon.
No, it's 5. 10 is 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. 6 clues, 5 points. The last clue is for 1 point, and if you don't get it, you give up and you get 0 points.
That is correct.
That's how
Congratulations. A winner is you.
a winner is you.
But yes, the game was originally planned for the disk drive, but since it sold so poorly, it was switched back to cartridge for the N64.
And was it butt after that? Was it a butt
It was
game?
a great game. See, you guys thought it was a 2D game. I never said it was 3D, or I just said side-scrolling platformer. I didn't say 2D or 3D.
Yeah.
I think that's what got you guys, and
No, because I wouldn't have known anyway.
it's true.
Yeah, no.
You screamed the name of the game in one
And
of your clues.
you know what? I was gonna go with a Mega Man game, but I don't want to be
That's too
that guy.
obvious. Yeah.
But I chose Kirby for a very particular reason, because he was the sole survivor of the spirit mode.
True.
I went with the Kirby game.
That is true. All right, that's it. We did it.
I feel sufficiently stupid. I'm glad.
Nintendo,
What a good game.
That's how I feel every day.
Let's close this thing out here. Nintendo Duel Screens podcast is an awful podcast, but we're part of the Proven Gamer Podcast Network, which includes Trophy Horse, a PlayStation podcast, and Game Stuff, a general games discussion podcast. You can support Proven
You know,
Gamer.
the good ones.
Yeah, those are the good ones. You can go support them by going to provengamer.com, reading the articles, and using the Amazon affiliate advertising. And you could also subscribe with your Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime subscription to twitch.tv/provengamer. If you want to follow us and all our zany antics, you could do so. We're on social medias. We're on Facebook. Facebook.com/groups/NDSPodcast. You could follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at NDSPodcast. You can follow myself. I am at Batchild27. Andy is at PantsGuy. And Ben, where are you at? Where can everybody find you and everything you want to plug?
If you have, if you stupidly want to follow me on Instagram, even though I don't post, I'm at Ben Diskin. If you actually want to follow me for real on the social media platform I do use, I'm on Twitter at Benjamin Diskin, because I couldn't get Ben Diskin because somebody stole it first. And if you really want to annoy me, I guess find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Ben Diskin official. I barely check it though, so realistically speaking, just follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Diskin.
Ben, was that a dig at me for finding
No, it
you
was
on Facebook?
It actually was not. You are one of the few people who is cool. No offense, but a lot of the people, present company excluded, a lot of people who talk to me on Facebook are usually the weird ones. Usually. And Twitter's usually fine because people are like, oh, I'm going to be speaking in public. I guess I probably better not send him like creepy stuff. But anyway, yeah, so follow me on Twitter at Benjamin Diskin before my internet cuts out and fucks me over again.
It actually...
Hashtag I love you, Spectrum.
I think it actually bleeped out the word fuck.
I think it did. I think it did.
That's appropriate. They're listening. And another thing about Spectrum.
Oh, they deserve your hard-earned money. Anyway, special thanks to our contributors to the show, Zazu Pitts of Sour Note Productions for our theme song, 16-Bit Attack. Thank you, Dan Colonna of Dinosaur Machines Podcast for our logo. Thank you, Andrew Douglas, for all of our podcast art, all of our awesome art that you've been doing, which we will be announcing our super special project very soon, so please be excited for that. And you can follow Andrew on social media at Angimoto, ANGIMOTO. And again, just to let you folks know, if you love what you're hearing and you want to support us so that we can do more of this content, and if you want to have more exclusive content just for you, go to patreon.com/NDSPodcast. We have all sorts of fun tiers there. If you support us at $5, you get a special bonus episode. It's where you get to vote for the topic that we discuss. It's a lot of fun. If you support us at $10, you get our special pre or post show audio that Andy and I just bullshit for like a half an hour to 45 minutes. You get that exclusively. If you support us at $25, you can be a part of a super exclusive NDS Podcast Google Hangout, where we get you all on Google Hangouts and we record a podcast all together. We talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, and we have fun for like an hour and a half. And we also post that for all Patreon subscribers. So if you're a Patreon subscriber, you get to listen to that show as well. There will be some changes to our Patreon tiers, but we'll talk about that when we're ready to announce it. For $50, you could become a Patreon producer, which you get all sorts of perks there. You get to be an admin in our Discord, and you get a lot of say as to what we do on Duel Screens. We look to you for advice on actually producing the content. And for $100 a month, you can join our Nintendo Duel Screens. It's kind of like a loot box situation where we give you all sorts of Duel Screens swag every month, and random shit that we find around our house that we think you'll find hysterical and fun. All sorts of things. So those are all the different ways you could support us. And I know we don't talk about our Patreon a lot because we don't want to sound like we're begging or being some sort of shill or whatever, but it really does help us a lot.
Give us money. Give us all your money.
It definitely sounds like you are.
We are really close to hitting our second goal, so please go to patreon.com.
Big shout out to friendless, forlorn, nobody loves him, Zach, who has no friends.
True.
I'm just like dumping on somebody who can't defend himself. Sorry, go on.
Oh, he'll defend himself. We speak every day. He will most certainly defend himself.
Oh, I cannot wait for Monday.
I just want to say that I love you, Zach, and I was kidding.
Andy, is there anything you want to tell the kids before we go?
Yeah, stay tuned. We're having a really fun guest next week. Developer of Rogue Legacy is joining us to talk about the game and just indie dev nonsense as per usual on this show. And then the week after that, we just confirmed today we're getting in the developers of Mutant Football League.
Yeah, buddy.
We were just so busy, all the guests of the world. And then Ben's gonna come on next after that. Boy, gonna get Ben back on the show
for Super Mario Round 2.
For the Super Mario 2 theory.
Please join us for a special Let's Play of Mario Brothers 2 with Ben doing commentary.
Now, Ben, if you're ever in New York City and you want to hang out, you let us know, and we could definitely record a Let's Play of us playing Mega Man 11. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Wait.
You can hear me die and also swear at the same time. It'll be
perfect.
Steven,
yes,
he did say he was going to be in Seattle.
Yeah, but that's
for this
so
convention.
far.
But wait, as huge Frasier fans, we got to go to Seattle.
That's true.
That's like our mecca. So I think we should go to the motherland.
That is.
And go see Ben.
That is very true. Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling, toss salads and scrambled
I hear the
eggs.
blue bomber calling.
Ooh, I see
This
what
is
you did
why I
there.
want to kill myself.
That's it, folks. This has been Nintendo Duel Screens, episode 71 for the week of November 5th. And as always, thank you for not hanging up and shutting and deleting the show. And as always, please be excellent to each other.
Bye.
Oh my God.